All right, let's dive right in. Over the next few minutes, we're going to build the ultimate roadmap for your data career. We're going to cover the exact Python libraries you need to learn to go from doing tedious manual tasks to becoming a full-blown automation expert. Let's get to it. You know the feeling, right? Drowning in spreadsheets, copying and pasting the same data, running the same reports every single Monday. It's not just tedious and time-consuming, it's honestly what's holding you back from doing the bigger, more impactful work you know you're capable of. But what if I told you there's a much, much better way? Python automation is basically like hiring a super efficient robot assistant that does all that heavy lifting for you, freeing you up to actually focus on the things that require, a human brain. And that is exactly what we're going to lay out for you right now. Think of this as your personal quest map. We're giving you the exact tools and the step-by-step guide you need to completely transform not just your workflow, but your entire career trajectory. Okay, so this whole journey, it's broken down into 5 key stages, each built around a specific group of Python libraries. We'll start with the absolute essentials, move into real-world stuff you do every day, and then finish with the kind of tools that run entire companies. Master these 5, and you will be unstoppable. Every great adventure starts with packing the right gear, and it's no different here. So our first stop is all about building that rock-solid foundation with 2 of the most critical libraries in the entire Python data world. First up, we've got Pandas. This is the absolute workhorse of data analysis in Python. It lets you work with data in these neat tables called data frames, which are basically like super-powered spreadsheets that you can control entirely with code. Cleaning data, merging files, filtering. If you can do it by hand in Excel, chances are you can automate the whole thing with Pandas. And check this out. The learning curve is actually pretty friendly. You can get the basics down in just a week or 2 and start seeing real results almost immediately. Mastering it really puts you on that direct path to becoming a data analyst, a data engineer, or a BI developer. So what does that actually look like? Well, how about writing a script that automatically cleans up that messy CSV file you get every week? Or one that pulls daily sales data from 10 different stores and consolidates it into one clean report before you even have your morning coffee? All right, next up, we have NumPy. If Pandas is the workhorse, NumPy is the high-performance engine under the hood. It uses these things called arrays, which are just super fast, super efficient lists of numbers to perform complex math at like lightning speed. It's the absolute bedrock of scientific computing and machine learning in Python. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Adding NumPy to your skill set is what opens the door to those really advanced career paths, like machine learning engineer or data scientist. And look at that learning curve. You can really get the hang of the basics in just about a week. And the power you get with this is just immense. I mean, you can start small, sure, maybe build a simple batch calculator, but don't forget, NumPy is the exact same tool that powers massive scientific simulations and preprocesses the huge data sets that feed today's machine learning models. Okay, so our foundation is built. Now it's time to take these skills out into the real world. And let's be real, for most of us, that means 2 places, Excel spreadsheets and the wild world of the web. Let's be honest with ourselves. The business world still runs on Excel. Well, libraries like OpenPyXL and XWings let you command those spreadsheets with Python code. You can read data from a file, write new reports, create dashboards, all without ever having to manually open up Excel. You are literally programming your spreadsheets. It's a total game changer. I'm telling you, the return on your time investment here is just massive. In pretty much any office job, being the person who can automate Excel makes you an absolute hero, and you can get to a pretty advanced level in just a few weeks. Okay, now we're heading out onto the open web. Selenium is basically your magic key to unlocking the incredible amount of data and functionality on the internet. It lets you write scripts that literally take control of a web browser, logging into websites, filling out forms, clicking buttons, and downloading whatever you need. Learning this skill opens up some really cool and in-demand career paths. You could become a web scraping specialist who gathers market intelligence, or even an RPA developer. That stands for Robotic Process Automation, and it's all about building bots that can handle complex business tasks online. But here, and this is really important, is where the magic happens. You combine these tools. Just imagine this for a second. A script that uses Selenium to scrape the daily prices from your competitor's website, and then uses OpenPyXL to automatically update your company's pricing dashboard in Excel. Now that is high-impact automation. All right, we've automated single tasks, we've built individual scripts. Now it's time to level up. Big time. We're moving from being a soldier to being a general, commanding entire armies of automated tasks. We're talking about building and managing complex end-to-end data pipelines. Welcome to Mission Control for your data. Tools like Airflow and Prefect are what we call orchestrators. They don't really do the dirty work themselves. Instead, they act like the conductor of an orchestra. They tell your Panda script when it's time to run, your Selenium scraper where to put its data, and they monitor everything to make sure it all works in perfect harmony. Now, let's be clear. This is the most advanced part of our journey. The learning curve is a bit steeper, as you can see. But, and this is a big but, mastering orchestration is what separates the pros from the amateurs. This is what lands you those senior-level roles like data engineer or cloud automation specialist, the people who build the data backbone of entire companies. And look, this isn't just some abstract theory. This is exactly how big tech companies operate. When you hear about the massive, complex data pipelines at places like Netflix or Spotify, this is the kind of tech that's running the show behind the scenes. So there you have it. What a journey, right? We've gone from the absolute basics all the way up to enterprise-level automation. Now let's put it all together into a simple, step-by-step plan you can start using today. This right here, this is your map to mastery. It's a 4-step process. First, start with Pandas and NumPy. Build that solid foundation. Second, get some quick wins. Automate some small, annoying tasks you do every day to build your confidence. Third, tackle the web with Selenium. And finally, when you're ready, you graduate to the big leagues with orchestration tools to manage it all. Okay, I'm going to stop here for a second, because this is probably the single most important piece of advice in this entire explainer. You have to build things. Reading about it is one thing, but employers want to see what you've actually done. Build a portfolio, even if small projects. Automate your personal budget. Scrape a sports website for fun. That's the stuff that proves you can do the work, and that's what gets you hired. So the map is officially in your hands. You've got the tools, you've got the path laid out for you. The only real question left is, what's that one boring, repetitive task you're going to automate first and get off your plate for good?